Hello and welcome back to Ascensions. This last episode I've been working on a bunch of little things, but we did leave the Sinisite smelting. I smelted it first in here and got a whole bunch of chunks, and I put it in here to smelt and asked you guys to guess how much you think we'd get, from the doubling furnace and all. So yeah, this is how much Sinisite we have. 33, which is a lot. So, I think I'm kind of set for Sinisite for now. So, I'll just put this here for the moment. And, yeah. As you might be able to tell, I've been using the block teleporters, and I keep breaking them with my hand by accident, which means I don't get the block teleporter back, which means I have to keep making new ones, and I have kind of a costly recipe, mainly because of all the diamonds and redstone. So, yeah. So, I keep breaking a bunch of block teleporters, but, I did have some stuff here to show you, which I almost forgot about. And the bow here, I realized I screwed up, and I didn't have infinity on it. So I put infinity on it, because I had some infinity books over here. I think I meant to and just completely forgot. But I have, there it is, infinity book, so I cloned it and added it there. So, yay, now I have infinity on the bow, so I don't have to worry about arrows. I forget why I need it, though. Anyway, so pretty much I did head back to the stronghold at last, and this is what this chest is. And this is stuff from the spawner, because I mentioned before I was going to collect all those good loots from the spawner. I haven't been grinding, but still. So, which do we want to look in first? I think we should look at the stuff from the spawners first. So pretty much I try to gather all the higher tier gears, like the stuff above iron, I guess you would say, like any diamond items, sinisite, therium, adamantium, and this is what I got. I also did combine them, like I did have 2 sinisite legs that I combined into this one sort of thing. So, yeah, that's a fair bit of good items there. We even got a sinisite sword, so I have to look into some of this stuff. It might be cheaper to repair some of it than to make full items, like, I don't know, let's see if, just check this out real quick, because I did want to actually try and chain another one of these. So it costs 11 levels to repair it, and it'll cost 3 ingots to make a new one, so I don't know, that's kind of debatable, I guess. But still, we have a whole bunch of pretty good gear. So, yeah. As for the stronghold, I finally did make it back there. I looted all the chests. I actually had an obsidian chest that I started throwing stuff in and moving around with a block teleporter. These things. Yeah, block movers. That's what it is, not block teleporter. But yeah, so I'd carry around in there and just throw more stuff in when my inventory got full. So, this is all the loot I got. Which is a lot. So, pretty much, I got chain armor, which was kind of meant to be the exclusive thing for strongholds, but, well, the grinder kind of proved otherwise. I also got some ores, which I probably should get smelting. I just left them in there to show you. So, ore doubling, and yeah. And, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I did remember something else, but, yeah, some ores. I have some books, not too good, if I remember right. I did find some TNT from explosive chests because, as underground Deadly World stuff kicked in. I did find some orbs and, yeah, because this was generated before I changed it so the orbs weren't in chest loot because I couldn't have it in chest loot without the Bosscraft mod and that's not in the public release. But, yeah, I also got this because I battled some, Bone Knights, I think it was, and they dropped this, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Oops, doesn't seem to do anything of note besides be fuel, so. And, of course, there's the library there if we need to get more books, and, yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing's really jumping out at me. Oh, and the workbench backpack, almost forgot about that. Oh, and we got a full onyx sword. That's pretty impressive, because, I think it's actually on par with Sinisite. It just doesn't have as good as durability and enchantability or something like that. So, yeah, that's, pretty cool. That might be a good weapon to enchant at some point, or at least these are to tell apart from my other swords. But, yeah, this is the workbench backpack, and, oh, wow, an affinity book. Now let's just see what's in here. And I'll actually just throw this stuff back in here. So what was in the other book satchel and the record satchel? And so we got sharpness and 13. Okay, so yeah, the workbench backpack though, I'm personally not a huge fan of these because you need to have items in here to craft. Like if I just want to put items in, it doesn't work. And, it's just kind of weird like that. So, I don't know, but it was one thing that I wanted to get for the Hall of Ascension, so yay. And you might hear a lot of sound in the background. I actually turned down my sound, but if we come down here, pretty much when I was in the stronghold, there were a bunch of spawners, and I kept making notes of where they were. Then I decided that's silly. I should just start teleporting back to my base and put them in a room. I didn't have a spawner room, so I started putting them here. The problem is, and I removed stairs, which were in my inventory. Oh god. The problem is, the silverfish spawner here is still active. I cannot deactivate it. There's also an arrow spawner up there, which actually isn't spawning arrows. But, yeah. So there's a bunch of silverfish in my base now, probably snuck into these walls. Ah. Yeah. Oh wow, I was able to jump that because of my Goki stats. You jump higher while sprinting. So, woohoo, I can get out. They can't. So yeah, see that? He just went into one of those bricks. And the other problem is I had to put a torch out here. They were spawning through the wall. There's probably still a ton down there, actually. I can't jump up on this, though. Huh. But let's see. If I remove this, can I... Doesn't look like there's too many, but pretty much a ton were spawning around the wall. Probably some even out there, still spiders and such, because I just moved the spawners to the center before recording, because, well, before that, they were all along that back wall, and they were spawning stuff. So, I don't know, I have to try and find a better room for spawners and such, and I'm not sure why I'm going to do the silver spawner. I kind of just grabbed it because I destroyed the one in the stronghold, but it seems like that's a bit too dangerous to keep around. Also, you might notice this looks a bit different because I was prepping for the beacon. Pretty much how I want to do it is I want it to be a really big beacon with a whole bunch of lights. And I have to hollow out this, or I did hollow out the area, but I need to fill this all in with iron blocks or other beacon-worthy blocks. But this is how far I got with all the iron blocks I had. And let's just repair that so I don't accidentally fall in again. But if you come down here, you'll see it actually cuts into this room a bit. And I have been working to grow carrots because actually I did mention this in one of the previous episodes, but I got cut while editing because it just was kind of out of place. But yeah, I ran out of carrots because I turned them all into carrot juice besides like 5. I probably actually do have some more in the spawner, but yeah, so I've been planting more carrots so I can try and get my carrot stock back up, which is probably back up from this harvest actually. And I know I could have used the water, but... well, I didn't. So actually, let me just replant this real quick. Okay, so once I harvest all these carrots now, I should be good. But there's one problem here. I'm just really not sure what I want to do with the farms. I might even just get rid of this entire farm area. Because the problem is, as I mentioned before, not here, but if I go here and break it, that's the teleporter room down there. And I hate having the room so close. And that's why I didn't have hopper ducts under here. Because if I go one block under the hoppers, it goes into the teleporter room. So I couldn't run the hopper ducts. I could always raise the roof up a bit, I guess, and do that, but then, you know, then we only have pretty much, there's the floor, 1 block gap and ceiling, and so pretty much if I raise it up, it makes it have a 1 block gap between these floors and no gap between these, so it's just very and how I have the stuff placed, and I hate having stuff just run so close together like that. So, I don't know, especially with the beacon now cutting into this room because I calculated it wrong before. I thought it would be just behind the wall, but because, actually, let me just teleport back. Because for the beacon, I have to do 9 beacons, actually, because I can't just do a 2x2 because that would be all center. So, in the center, it would be just to the wall. But because I need to go 1 more to the side to do these beacons at full power, it won't. So... I don't know, I guess I could not make these beacons full power and just cosmetic, but that would just be weird, so... yeah, I'm just really not sure what I'm going to do with the farm layer. That's the one place of my base that just isn't working out for me. I don't really want to move them to the surface, even though I could, and there's just really no other place for them at the moment. I mean, there's not much room over here, so... I don't know, I just don't know what I'm going to do with them, and I still need to work on this room at some time, so yeah. Also, since we got this backpack here, we can put something new in the Hall of Ascension, which has been a while, I think. So, yeah, now I just need the big workbench backpack from Floating Ruins. Nothing else in that slot, if you were curious. It just was an empty slot. So, yeah, the hall's coming along nicely. I just mainly need to come down here and put other stuff like the Onyx and the Sinisite sets, as well as the bows, because I can sort of do that now. Like, I'm getting to the point where I have enough resources where I could just do some off-camera mining in the nether and probably get enough. And, oh, I did make the full set of chain, like, full durability when I was doing this stuff with the grinders, gathering up the armor. And we do need to head back to the Erebus, apparently. But I also need a bit more Kryptonite, which is odd, because I had that spare Kryptonite helmet, I think I used it up. So, yeah, that's a bit awkward. But, overall, it's coming along nicely. We're getting more of these goals done, and, yeah. And, one thing I have mentioned is... okay. At this rate, I can just get a full set of Erebus armor by walking by the portal enough times, but, yeah. One thing I have mentioned is I do plan to head to the end soon enough. I did ask a few episodes back, and I don't think anyone commented or just haven't seen the comments yet. One of the two. But, yeah. So that will be part of it with the Ender Dragon. I just want to make sure I'm prepared, and getting the Sinisite was a very important step. So, yeah. Okay, so the main thing I want to do this episode is enchant things, because, well, this Tomahawk was pretty fail, and I never got an Onyx bow yet. I only have a Therium one there. So, yeah, I would like to enchant some new items, and maybe even get a full set of Sinisite now. I mean, I have the Slayer leggings here, so I guess we could work on that. The problem is, yeah, I don't have any iron blocks, but thankfully I have a bunch of iron smelting, so hopefully I'll get enough iron that I can use some more iron blocks to enchant. But there is one thing I want to show you. Remember how we had the mini boss spawn eggs? Well, off camera I did some more stuff, and actually that's why I put affinity on the bow. I got the orbs. I didn't get the nether orbs, like I said, because they're a pain to get. But I got the desert orbs and the mountain orbs. So, pretty much I just went to the desert and extreme hills I usually go to, and I just managed to get enough orbs. Just got kind of lucky. Sometimes they drop like 4 instead of 1, I think. So, yeah. So I can battle those bosses whenever now. I think it was 20 I needed, and not like 21 or 23. I always get that confused, but I'm pretty sure it's only 20. So, yeah, I don't want to battle them right now, at least. Probably next episode if I do. But, yeah, now I need to look into enchanting stuff. Okay, so before I make items, I want to see how much Sinisite it will take to repair this, because levels are a lot easier to get than Sinisite. So, I guess that's actually worth it. 2 levels to repair it that much. Or 2 ingots, I should say, and not really as much to levels. And, got a ton of levels over, but... Okay, so we got a Sinisite helm, and it probably will cost a few more levels to repair. Yeah, 1, but I don't want to waste an ingot. I think I can enchant from this durability anyway. Let's just double check real quick, because I had that trouble trying to apply it to one book. So, yeah. So, I already have a pair of Sinisite legs, though, so I think I'll just throw these back. And, this was the other thing I was looking to make, so, yeah, I think that's all the Sinisite stuff I want for now. So, I don't know. I think I did check this earlier. Oh, wow, 19. But, I don't know. I think I will save the 1 ingot and just, then again, I'll just make a new one, I think. Then I can use this to repair the one I want, sort of thing. Or I could always repair it with this to get rid of the horrible enchantment. That's another option. So, yeah. Anyway, I have some stuff here, so I need to make 2 of these. Then do like this. And like this, and it's Onyx there, and my first Sinisite bow. This has knockback and damage, while this has zoom and damage. The Mithril one has efficiency and damage, and the Onyx one is flame. That's it. So pretty much one has a chance to not use arrows. That zooms. The Onyx does flame, and this one does knockback. And knockback's probably the most important thing on the bow. And I think I'll just make a new Tomahawk, and screw it. Let's just go right all for it now. We're going to try and enchant a full set of Sinisite because I already have the legs up here. So, yeah. Now, let me just get the items I need to boost the enchantments, and yeah, we'll start doing that. Okay, so this might seem a bit strange, but these are the items I'm going to use to boost on the helmet, and these are just some items I'll use for future enchants. So, 1, 2, 3. I remember Therium is actually the best thing to use to boost protection. So, hopefully I don't get screwed. Oh my god, I got screwed. Okay, so that explains it. My note said Therium ingot, but the ID's a Therium block. So, whoops. That's a problem. So, instead of burning ingots, I should have been burning blocks. And I don't think I have that much Therium to spare. So, I don't know. Let's see. How many Therium blocks could I even make? Let's just grab 3. So, I think I'll get some more levels and enchant another item and forget that helm thing ever happened. So, yeah. Okay, so I might be doing a bit more than I need to because these both boost 50. So, I think I only need 1 Therium. So, I'm actually just going to try with 4. Even though I have 6 burners, I don't... Oh, my meteor crashed. So, yeah, but burning anvils gives unbreaking. So, this should give me protection, steadfast possibly, and unbreaking. Holy crap, I am having horrible luck. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 Therium blocks just because I had 2 made up, and this is pretty much going to kill my Therium supply, but, oh well, I already burned it, too late to go back, and please be a good enchant. That's the exact chant I wanted. Good. So, out of 3 items are enchanted, only 1 got the enchants it was supposed to. Or not really supposed to. This isn't like guaranteed like, Enchanting Plus. It's only influencing. So, even if I have a 99% chance, I can still land on that 1 and get crap. Like that. Okay, now to try and enchant the bow. I have a bunch of bows here and some freezerites. So, the bows boost power, the freezerite boost, well, hopefully you'll see and I don't get another horrible enchant. But yeah, so come on. How? How in the world could I have burned 3 Therium bows and not have got any power? I think this might be buggy at times. I'm not sure. It could just be horrible luck, like I said. Or maybe it's not reading the items. Like, it seems like sometimes when I do Therium stuff, it doesn't recognize its boosting. Like, I don't know, the ingots was my mistake, but I did blocks on this and I didn't get any protection. So, I don't know. And Therium bows boost power, I didn't get any, so... But Frost is what I was going for. I don't believe I have a book for Frost. I do have a book for Power, though, and Infinity, which is why I didn't buy Infinity. So I can always just put Power on it as a book. I'll try and do that off camera. I also have Unbreaking, which is why I didn't really worry about that. You know, for Armor, I don't have many unique enchants I want to go for. And just to mention, this is still a pretty good chest plate, because do I have protection? No. So I'll probably need to enchant some books, actually, and try and get protection. Because I really need a protection for a book, so that way I can apply it to this armor. Not this one, but this anyway. Okay, so for this final enchantment, I want to try and get Cleave on this. And hopefully I don't get any other crappy enchantments like Bane of the Amphipods. But yeah, the Skulls boost Cleave, and the Powder boost Cleave. I had the Skulls just lying around, wasn't really using them, so I'll just burn them. And I did save one to put in the Hall, because I know I could have done that a while back. So, that's actually pretty good. I mean, efficiency is not what I want for a combat weapon, but I still have sharpness books here I can apply. So I'm just going to go with this and say that's a good enough axe. Because if you don't remember why I was trying to get an axe, because I can throw them like this. And the cleave makes an AoE, so even though I come up close and hit them, or if I throw it, it will AoE and hit nearby mobs. It's not a very big AoE, but still. It should be useful for fighting things. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty good round of enchanting. I mean, that wasn't very good. But we did get a body, or the boots are perfect. The body I can put books on. So, yeah, I think I will get some more levels out, though, because I would like to try and enchant some books and hopefully get protection. Okay, so enchanting the books should work the same as enchanting armor. So I'm going to burn some Therium and some Tin, just because Tin does boost the chance of it, so why not? And if I put this book in here, and protection 3, that's good enough for me anyway. It's not a perfect one, but if I clone that once, I can then combine them into a 4, and then I can clone the 4s, and ta-da. So, actually, it would go down here. So, yeah, actually, that's not maxed either. Huh. So, yeah, I do have a protection book now. So, I'm not sure when I'll get around to applying that stuff. I might do it after this episode before I record the next one. But, yeah. That's a bunch of enchanted items, and I don't know, it could have went better, but overall I think I'm happy of how it went. So, yeah. Okay, so I know enchanting is probably not the most exciting thing for an episode, so I decided before I end it, I'm going to fight the Minotaur. I went and turned on my player beacon, so that's probably overkill to be completely honest. And I think I'm going to get rid of a bunch of these torches, so I have a area to fight him, so his loot chest, assuming I get one, doesn't just fall in a torch and get destroyed. So, I don't know, I think this is probably a big enough area. So, yeah. So I'm just going to drink this strength potion, and I'm going to use this spawn egg. It'll spawn a Minotaur. I'm going to kill it, because it's not a very hard boss. It is a mini boss. So, yeah. Like I said, it's not a very hard boss, but just to do something this episode, I thought we'd fight it. So, yeah, I told you it wasn't very hard. So, we killed a Minotaur. That's one of the Grimoire bosses. I still have a spare Minotaur egg. And oh my god, we are so lucky. Okay, so I did mention in the other episode how the chests work. Like, there's a 1 in 5 here and a 1 in 10 here. For the rare and grand loot chest, it's different. The item here is shared across all the bosses. So, this is what's called the Eternal Diamond. It's a special diamond sword, like the legend is for the grand bosses. and I think this item's always 1 in 10, or it varies, I think, actually. I think it's 1 in 5 for the mini bosses, and like 1 in 25 for the bosses, because I want their rare items to be, well, rarer. So yeah, this is the Clockwork Heart. I didn't really know what to do for the Grimoire mobs for their loot chests, so I came up with this. This is based off the Gaia, or Giga Night Gear Core, or something like that anyway. It's a useless item in the mod. It doesn't do anything at all. So I thought it would be a cool item to make into a special item here. And we also got some, Bottles of Enchanting. I think I didn't mention this before. I can clone these, so I need to save one this time because I used them all up last time. But they'll double the outputs when doing a fusion. So if I do a fusion with this instead of gas tears, I'll get 2 Sinisite, so I have a chance of getting 3. So, yeah, that'll be really useful. And if I do some more waves, which I probably should actually do again. I forgot I did not think this through. Anyway, I kind of forgot what I was saying. But, yeah, the Gear Knight Core. Pretty much when I hold this, I'll get buffs. And it gives me a health boost and a knockback resistance. So pretty much it's a good thing to just hold if I'm running around. See, I get the extra 5 hearts there. I think it's actually 5, but I have to heal them up. So when I do that, I lose. Oh, I didn't actually lose them immediately. I wonder if it heals to 2 when I switch off. Oh, apparently it does keep the hearts. That could be overpowered. I'm not sure. So if I take a hit now, does it take from those hearts to my hearts? I'm not sure, actually. Anyway, so this might be good for traveling because, one, it has resurrection, which means if I die, it's lost. It will sacrifice itself and save me. But having knockback resistance while holding it and the chance to heal extra hearts, even if the hearts are only when I hold it, is pretty good for running through like caves or such. And it has knockback 5, so if I just hit a mob with it should go flying. I'm not sure if there's any nearby mobs to test it on, not testing on the pig. So, yeah. Okay, so it healed up to full hearts, and I flick off, I still keep it. Oh, I know an easy way to test this. I'll take fall damage. Might want to take off my armor first. So, yeah, I have 5, and if I fall down here, those all went away. I'm not sure if I usually would lose that many. Let's test again just to see, because I did not actually test this mechanic out very well, I guess. Or at least it seems so if that happens. So, now how many would I take? I'd take 1. So, apparently, it doesn't give me much of a boost, if any sort of thing. It didn't actually, like, take off only 1 of those hearts. It took all 5. But still, it could prove useful, so I don't know. I might keep it around. I might put it in the haul. I'll decide later. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here, so hopefully you enjoyed. In the next episode, we're going to try and battle some bosses probably, or at least the mini-bosses. And I'm not sure if I'll have the enchantment stuff done by then, but I'll have it done soon enough anyway. So, until next time, goodbye.